Hello, everyone. Welcome to Self Love You. My name is Self Love You, and I'm here to talk to you about competitive friends. And I'm going to talk to you about competitive people. Like this could be friends, this could be family members, this could be your spouse, this could be your girlfriend, this could be your boyfriend, whatever the case may be. I'm going to talk to you about competitive people, people that are secretly, subtly competing with you, and how to handle it and why it's damaging for you to stay in that kind of situation. So, people that are competitive with you, there may be people in your midst that are secretly wanting to undermine you for whatever reason. You may let people in your life who do not have your best interest at heart. You may be prone to opening your life, opening your heart, sharing your intimate moments with someone who is not trustworthy because secretly they are envious and competing with you. And I want to talk to you today about how that works, okay? And why that's so dangerous, why that's so harmful to your well-being. First of all, somebody who is competing with you is not a true friend, is not someone who cares about you. Or they may care about you, but they're having a hard time caring about you because they are seeing the world, the resources, love as finite. They see the love as finite, and they've got to get what you've got because they don't see what they have to offer, or they don't think things are equal. They think that they need to fight for things, and they may be trying to take your energy, and they may enjoy controlling you. They may think that they need to hold you down because if you're up, then it makes them feel like they are down. So these people do not see reality as it is. Love is infinite. There's plenty of love to go around, and nobody needs to take love from other people. You are able to produce your own energy. You're able to thrive in your own way, and taking it from someone else or holding someone else back or undermining someone else or proving you're superior to someone else or thwarting someone else's plans and purposes of their life is not going to make you any better. If you pull someone else down, it doesn't make you have a better life. So people that are competitive, people that are envious, they see a finite level of resources and love, and they think that they need to get it from you and that they need to rob you, I guess is a good way to say it, of your resources. The higher you soar, the more they feel bad about themselves. And so you may have a tendency to attract people into your life. If you don't know how to stop this issue, you may have a tendency to attract people in your life who are going to be envious and competitive with you, and you may not even know it. And you may have needs of your own, and you're just so busy, like I was back in the day, growing as a person, so busy healing, so busy dealing with my own stuff, that I didn't notice that I had a tendency to allow people in my midst that did not have my best interest at heart, that were sabotaging my life, undermining my life, and causing me a lot of struggle unnecessary struggle. So someone who is competing with you is someone who is going to be making subtle jabs, making comments about you, talking about your hair. These people generally are obsessed with you. For whatever reason, they're obsessed. They're obsessed with your job, your whatever it is that they feel less than about. They come in and try to make you feel how they feel, which is insecure. Only an insecure person is going to be envious. Only an insecure person is going to try to tear someone else down because they have what they wish they had. So these insecure people are going to be nitpicking. They nitpick you like you've never seen. They start talking about things about you. You guys put in the comments, everybody knows when someone's envious of you, they just start saying things. They start saying things. And if you don't have the right boundaries set up, you might allow these things that they say, these negs, these negative comments, these digs, these jabs. You may allow these jabs to get into your spirit, and then these jabs may cause you to be held back in life. Okay. And this is what happened to me so many times until I figured it out and I started setting boundaries against people that were being competitive. And it's not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily cut the people out of your life forever, but just know that they do not need to get into your deepest self. They don't need to get into the, the controls of your life. You need to keep envious people away from your vital core plans, purposes, your peace. You could call it energy. I call, it's your inner peace, which is also your energy. You're an energy conduit. You have a lot of valuable, vital, beautiful energy. You glow, you have empathy, you're amazing, and you're trying to do the best that you can in your life. Those are the people I'm talking to right now. And so you're doing the best you can in life, and you are an energy conduit. But if you allow these energy vampires, these people who are envious and competitive into your world, then it will cause you to be tripped up and you won't be able to function correctly. You won't be able to do the things in life that you need to do because you'll be tripped up. You'll be like, this envious people know how to pull out of you your weak points. They know how to nitpick you. They know how to try to get into your heart and try to get into the controls of your life so that they can run the show and begin to lead you down a path that is away from success, that is away from your shine. They're trying to steal your shine and steal your sparkle, but it's very subtle. It's not anything that you would just be able to call out. If someone's really good at an envious person is a subtle, covert person, you can have overt as well, who overtly are saying things about, whatever it is, like your t-shirt, your clothes, your house, your car, your job, your makeup, your hair, superficial things. Okay. It's generally superficial or whatever it is that you're wanting in life. They will go after that. They will begin to nag you and make you feel uncomfortable. And the thing is that we are hardwired to connect. We definitely are hardwired to connect. So we need connection. But if we allow people into our lives who are nagging us, this can undermine our self-esteem. It can undermine your self-esteem and cause you to begin to doubt yourself. And you become so tripped up in their negging and their comments and trying to prove yourself that whatever they're saying is not true, or trying to explain yourself, or trying to, all the things you try to do when you go in overdrive, trying to people please this negative, envious person, then you are not working on you. You're not doing things that you need to do in your life, like work out or build a empire or have fun times and enjoy your life. If you're so busy dealing with the negative comments, negative statements, negative beliefs, if you're so busy trying to prove yourself and dealing with these people and letting them in your life, then you're going to have a hard time moving forward in your life and doing all the wonderful things that you need to do. So it's very important to set boundaries against people who are being competitive with you. And this is a process of becoming very, very in tune with your own inner guidance system, with your own intuition, and begin to notice patterns, okay? Notice patterns in your relationships. Notice where, if you have somebody that, you keep having a friend or a boss or someone in your life who's coming at you and nitpicking you, and you continue to feel the same feeling again and again and again, then journal this and begin to look backwards and figure out what is it that's happening here. What is it? What is happening? And what is going on. And if you find that the person is being competitive with you, trying to compete with you, then that's a dangerous sign, because people who are competing with you are not your friends at that moment. I mean, they may become your friend later after they, deal with their own crap, but an envious, competitive person is going to have a hard time with your success. They're not going to be able to connect with you on a human level. It's not going to be a real connection. If they believe that love is finite and they need to pull you down in order to make themselves feel better, they're not going to be fun. You're not going to get your needs met. You're just going to constantly be trying to prove yourself. You're going to constantly be feeling bad about what they said to you, or you're going to have their comments roll around in your head, and you're not going to be able to get your life done because you're going to be overly consumed with trying to please an envious, competitive person, or even trying to compete. I mean, you may not know that they're competing, and then you may just automatically go into competing with them. And here you are in a cycle of competing with someone when you're the best, when you're the greatest. No one else is you. Only you can be you. So why would you compete with being you with another person who really doesn't even belong in your dynamic? So this is about setting boundaries against the process of people competing with you, and competitive comments, putting a stop to those things. And it can be about anything. It could be about the way you decorate your home. This person may, want to come in very subtly and try to imply that you do not know anything about decorating, and they know everything. And so generally speaking, this would be someone who's bragging. So they use competitiveness, they brag, they humble brag, they brag. They try to let you know, and they try to establish dominance. They want to be superior to you, because if they are not seen as superior to you, you're going to have a hard time taking their bull crap, and you're going to have a hard time going one down, and you're going to have a hard time being tripped up. So they have to start bragging. So if someone comes to you and starts bragging, it becomes necessary to have a backup, to have a way out of this. If somebody's bragging to you, you got to get off the phone. You've got to say, yeah, that's really interesting. Can we talk about something else? Or, I'm really proud of you. That's great. I'm glad you really know how to decorate. Wow, that's wonderful. And most of all, in your own mind, know that just because this person is acting and bragging, that doesn't mean that I am less than them. I am amazing and of myself, and I don't have to buy this bullcrap. But they will. People will come to you and try to pretend like they're superior. And it becomes very vital that you remind yourself, you validate yourself, instead of trying to get validation from this person who's acting superior, and all that cycle of bullcrap that you can get caught up in, that ends to a path that's over the cliff, and you're like, oh my God, where am I? And I'm in pain, and this person is, stolen my boyfriend, and, here I am. No, you've got to get away from these people. You've got to put a boundary up. And when you begin to put up boundaries against people who are being competitive, if someone's talking about your hair, I get that a lot because I, wear my hair blonde and long, whatever, or clothing or whatever, my job, whatever. If someone starts talking to you about that, ask yourself, why are they doing this? And just have a one sentence type thing that you can say, like, I love my hair, thank you. I love my hair the way it is, thank you very much. Or, I love my job, thank you very much. Or, I love how I decorate, thanks anyway, okay? So you just have to have these one-liners that keep out all of those little negs. Because if you start entertaining someone who's like, I'm the greatest, and look at your hair, or they don't even say it that boldly. They're more like, what about, they try to get you to say something about your hair. They try to nitpick you and get into your head. They want into your head so they can start insulting you, or they can get you to insult yourself, or they'll share their weaknesses so you'll share yours. So then they'll know what your weaknesses are, and they'll know which buttons to push later when they want to sabotage or undermine your success. This is happening right now to millions of people, I am sure, because this is a dynamic that I have encountered, and it's common to man. But there's also a way to be stronger than this, to rise above this, and not to hate the person. They can't help that they are unconscious. They think that they are less than, and they think that, but they have yet a grandiose sense that they need to take it from other people. Poor person. I mean, can you imagine having to live your life like that, where you think that the only value you have is by tearing other people down, or making other people feel bad, or taking other people off their path, or stealing other people's energy? That would be a very sad place to be. So don't hate them, just feel sorry for them and move and rise above it. That's the whole thing, is rising above it. And the way you rise above it is by boundarying yourself against it, setting boundaries. It's just little words that you say. You don't engage in any kind of conversation that has anything to do with anything that they're trying to compete with you about. So you don't go there. You don't allow the conversation to exist. And if you don't allow the conversation to exist, if you don't allow competitive, envious people into your inner world, I mean, you might talk to them about the weather or things that are not really important to you. But if you start sharing important, vital information with a person who is envious and competitive, then they're going to get access to your internal control system, your solar plexus, and they're going to begin to push the buttons that they want to push that will cause you to feel like crap and cause you to get off track. And then while you're feeling like crap, trying to figure out what's going on, and it's a brain scramble. You'll be scrambled brains. You'll have scrambled eggs. You'll be scrambled eggs. I just ate some scrambled eggs. You'll feel so bad, and you'll be like trying to get out of this mess. But all that whole time, all that energy could have been spent on brushing your hair. It could have been spent on organizing your closet. It could have been spent on writing a book. It could have been spent on a million things. And your life could be progressing. But instead, you're tiptoeing around, hem-hawing around with this competitive, envious, jealous person. And they are just not conscious, and they don't realize their value. They don't know how to validate themselves. So they try to get validation through taking away your feeling of okayness. And if you are a prey to this, if you're a people pleaser, if you're codependent and you haven't healed and you haven't done the work, then you may fall for this. You may fall for this, and they may take you off track. And they may get you to think that that you're not good enough, that you're not good enough for them, you're not as good as them, that you're less than them. And then that's your self-esteem going down, 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 down. And there's no sense in it, because all you have to do is set boundaries. And the way that you set boundaries is little. There's big boundaries, there's small boundaries, there's no contact, but there's also no talk about that. Like, this is my no-go zone. Okay, so you create a no-go zone of, I'm not going there with this person. I can tell that they're envious. We're not going to be talking about whatever it is they're envious about. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to shut it down. And I'm going to divert the conversation. And then they're going to probably try to get in the back door or get in another way or continue to do the same thing again. Because, why? Because this envious person is obsessed with your shine, with your light, with the things that you are doing and have. For whatever reason, they cannot see their own light. And so they're coming in and trying to dim yours. Your job in life is to take care of your energy and make sure that you're able to transmit, conduct pure energy, your purpose, your truth, your fullness to the world. That's your job, is to emit the best you that you can to the world, to love God, and to be a peaceful, happy person. And it's impossible to be a peaceful, happy person if you're being led by the nose or being a puppet for an envious, competitive person. It's impossible. So you end up really getting off track, and I don't recommend it. And I recommend setting little boundaries of what is no-go. What are you not going to talk about? Now, a lot of times, if you are someone who's a people pleaser, codependent, you're probably pretty needy. You have a lot of needs, and you think that, this friend is a friend, and you really can't see that how valuable you are. And you really can't see that this friend is not really your friend, that this person is really not good for you, okay? Or what they want to talk about. But it's very empowering once you understand who you are, once you learn to validate yourself, once you learn how to resource yourself, and once you learn that your energy is extremely valuable and that it can be siphoned by people who have ill intentions. Once you realize that and you start protecting it, wow, it's amazing what you're able to do. It's amazing how you're able to feel every day. You're able to feel peaceful, and you're able to grow as a person and develop yourself when you're able to set boundaries. And then you get really good at setting boundaries, and you begin to become powerful, a person who's empowered, a person who is in control. You don't just talk to anybody. You have a no-go zone. You don't overshare. You don't give your weaknesses to a jackal. You don't give your energy up. You just don't care. You just walk away. You just, you don't have any time for that. You don't have time. Nobody has time for that, okay? So that's what I'm talking about today is envious, competitive, friends, whatever. You have to boundary. Every minute needs to have a boundary. Basically, I've learned that there's not a minute in any relationship that doesn't need a boundary. You have to be boundaried at all times. No one is as good as a person who is an empath. Nobody has your best interest at heart. Nobody has your best interest at heart. With everyone you meet, everywhere you go, every time, I don't care who it is, you have to have boundaries in every aspect of conversation and dealings with everyone. And you have to be very self-aware, very anchored in your worth and value, and very, very much on your own side. You have to be on your own side and put some weight to your own self so that you can live a life that's free of energy vampires and you can go for it. Okay? Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. You guys share this, leave a message in the comments and like it. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.